Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. The Wizards fell to the Bulls tonight, 127-298. Gonna get straight into it. I think we got I think Area 11T saw you already with a comment or two in there. Just reminding folks, feel free to hit the comment section. Would love to hear what you guys think about tonight's game, man. But first, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's action. The Bulls beat the Wizards tonight, 127-98. At home in Chicago. It was just the Bulls' second win by 20 points or more on the entire season. The Bulls moved to 33-35 on the year. The Wizards fall to 11-56. For Washington, another rough night. 2 nights ago, it was Jalen Green. He had a season high 37 in that game. Tonight for the Bulls, it was Ayo Dosunmu. He had a career high 34 points on 14 to 22 shooting from the floor. He had 9 assists and a steal to go along with that. The Bulls had 5 players scoring double figures in this one. Vooch had 29 and 13. DeMar DeRozan had a pretty quiet night with 13 points, 6 assists. Had a couple steals, couple blocks. So he's a little busy in some other areas as well. Andre Drummond nearly had a double-double off the bench with 13 points and 9 rebounds. Washington was a bit shorthanded, obviously without the services of Denny Avdia, Tyus Jones, or Marvin Bagley. That said, they had 5 players in double figures. Corey Kispert led the way with 16 points. He had 3 steals. Bilal Coulibaly had a very solid night, 15 points, 8 rebounds, and the steal. Jordan Poole finished with 13 and 8 while starting tonight's game. You guys know he's been coming off the bench as of late. Justin Champagnie finished with 11 points and 7 rebounds. Look, the Bulls got started very early in this one. They came out, took the first quarter 32-19. They then followed that up with a 35-point second quarter. We saw the Wizards seem to get a little bit more comfortable in the second quarter, but damage was done big first half by the Bulls. From that point on, in the third quarter, traded baskets quite a bit. Damage was done, though. At that point, as I said, you're just trading baskets. But for Washington, it's we've been talking about the same things almost all season. It's impossible to get back into a game, let alone retake a lead after you go down without generating stops. Yet another night when the opposing team shoots 50 plus from the floor. The Bulls shot 57 from the floor tonight. And keep in mind, that's with them shooting just 33% from deep. So they didn't have it going from deep. Neither did the Rockets a couple nights ago when they fell under 60% shooting as that game went on. This is no excuse for the lack of defense. We know they're a little shorthanded, but that's the defense and the lack of execution on that end has been something we've been talking about, through 60 some odd games, man. We're getting closer and closer to 70 games on the year. And then, later in the game, we saw both teams kind of empty their benches a little bit, let some of the folks, some of their depth on their respective rosters get some minutes. The glass, an area that Washington's struggling with the past couple games tonight. Obviously, going into this game, not having your full complement of bigs and dealing with somebody like Nikola Vucevic, it's tough as is. That said, you can't, I think, what was it, plus 19? That was 51-32 tonight. Glass. That's tough. Both teams feasted off each other's turnovers. I think it was 16 and 15 turnovers, respectively. Chicago scored 25 points off Washington's turnovers, while the Wizards scored 22 off Chicago's. But once again, the points in the paint, I think it was 70 plus against Houston. Tonight, 68 for the Bulls. Independent area. You can't win games like that. It's that simple. It's something they've been dealing with all year, and until those things are fixed, man, we're going to continue to see the same type of outcomes. I mean, that's what it's been for Washington much of this year. We'll get into player of the game tonight. Feel like it's a little self-explanatory. I mentioned Ayo Desamu earlier. 34 points came in. He came into this game averaging just 11 points per contest while shooting 48 from the floor. Um, he exceeded his average by quite a bit tonight. Definitely doubled it. Came close to tripling it as well. He also, I think the Bulls hit 8 threes. He had half of them. He's 4 or 7 from deep. So hell of a night from the Sambu stepping up for the Bulls if they needed it. And the X factor, or if you want to go play co-player of the games, Nikola Vucevic. And 29 points, 13 rebounds. Both players are very efficient from the floor tonight, and they hurt the hell out the Wizards. Both of them did in their respective ways. We'll go ahead and get to some of these comments tonight. Mary 11T, so they put Kuz in a straight jacket tonight. I thought the Bulls defense, I didn't mention Caruso too much tonight, but the job he does for them is huge on a nightly basis. They did, I think that start, they got out to such a fast start, and obviously, their defense helps with that quite a bit. Washington shot just 43% from the floor. And this one, 40% from deep kind of helped. But both teams were bad from the line tonight. But, yeah, it wasn't just Kuz, man. They did a good job. They did a solid job bothering Wizards players with their defense tonight. Poole was just 4-12 on the evening. Nobody in Washington's starting lineup in the plus tonight at all. Nobody on the roster. So credit to the Bulls for the job that they did. Area 11T said been watching the ACC tournament. They got done fun guards like Carrington and Salas, who you think are some guards to watch for that late first round pick. I think there's a Cardell and Ray question for sure. Next time they're on, definitely circle back with that question. I know Cardell was at the ACC tournament. Been there each day for that, so I'm sure I'll have much better insight that I have. I know a probe was done on Bud Carrington earlier this season. So if you get on Roku channel, check that out. It broke down his game just a little bit. So again, I want to say that was midway through the college season or near the beginning of the season, though. So again, definitely check that out. But definitely ask them. I think they'll be on tomorrow night. So definitely ask the two of them what they think. I do not have any thoughts at this point as it pertains to college guards. I haven't gotten into them at all. So, I don't like jumping out there if I don't have a quality answer for you. You said you think he's going back to school. I assume you're talking about Carrington. But, yeah, man, it's a tough one as far as it goes for Washington tonight. I want to say tomorrow they got Boston coming in. They'll be home for a little bit. Trying to pull that up right now. Yeah, you got the Celtics tomorrow night, 6. Incredibly tough. Where they stand in the Eastern Conference. You got the Rockets later this week. Sacramento, Toronto. So, yeah. Another tough week for Washington coming up. Also, an opportunity to try to get back into, add to that number in the win column. But you guys know the things they need to take care of if they wish to do that. Looked at home playing in DC. Yeah, man, the ACC tournament looked like it was fun. But yeah, man, definitely ask Cardell and Ray next time they're on this same question. I'm sure they will have a very, very much more insightful answer that I have for you tonight. So I apologize for not having that answer for you this evening, Area 11T. Give you guys a couple more minutes if you need to in terms of comments. But yeah, 127-98, Bulls over Wizards tonight. We got the Celtics at home tomorrow. Again, homestand coming up here. Celtics, Rockets, Kings, Raptors. And then the next time they hit the road, they go back to the United Center to take on the Bulls again. And that's a week from now. A week from now, Monday. You got 3 or 4 games coming up at home. Hopefully they get try to get a little bit healthier in terms of some of the folks that were missing tonight. But it was good to see some of the youngsters get some extended minutes. Obviously, you would have liked to see it in a better situation with them winning in the lead. But look, man, just tough night all around. It's been a tough year. I don't think it's anybody's shock at this time in the season. So thank you guys for tuning in, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow night after Wizards Celtics.